All right. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to State of the City. My name is Morgan C. Mullings, and I'm so excited because I have a very special guest today, José Bayona. I know him from the campaign trail, from following Eric Adams around towards the end of the campaign. He is a senior advisor, but in January, he will be taking on a new role, and he's going to tell you all about it in 3 short minutes. So, Jose, I have 3 questions for you. And I
Okay,
just want to start off
let's do
by
it.
asking you how you started as a journalist and how you made it to City Hall.
Okay, so I started as a journalist as a community journalist for the Daily News. They had a publication in Spanish called Hora Hispana. That was 2004. And they asked me to write one story one day about a movie called The Motorcycle Diaries with Gael Garcia Bernal. And I wrote the story because my background before was on theater and film. So I wrote the story, a review of the movie. They like it and I say, can you keep bringing more notes? I say, okay, perfect. So I look for more stories for other movies, theater. And at some point I said, you know what? We can do something about community, so about projects in the community. I said, okay, let's try a couple of notes. I think they like it, and I kept doing that for 2 years. After 2 years, I became assistant editor for the publication, and that's when my story with the community media in New York City started in 2004 and 2006.
Great. So you then made your way to City Hall and eventually became a spokesperson for the mayor, but then you took a leave of absence to work on the Eric Adams campaign. What was it like representing Eric Adams on the ground as his spokesperson?
Look, more than representing him, more important was walking with him and being out there with him in the campaign trail, because it was my first campaign. It was my first political campaign. I have to say that. So, and suddenly it became like, you know what I like to be is out there with the communities as a, because reporters, they are out there all the time. So talking to the people, I say, let's do that from the political angle. So I was working at City Hall. So it was when we went to Brooklyn, we went to the Rockaways, we went to Jamaica, we went to the Bronx. So we saw that, it was like coming back on to the times when I was a reporter on those boroughs, and I was talking to the people at the deli, I was talking to the people at the restaurant, the all the events on the streets. It was the same feeling, and I say this is great, and I think that was the best part, connecting with all these people, and also having Eric Adams there because he brought the message to the people that wanted to hear. That is why we won the campaign, and that's that was the biggest part. So getting there and also being with him in the streets, more than being out there, sending statements, and that is just being in person there, fighting for what we believe at the time, at that moment, and we still believe for that.
Right. So you'll be heading back into City Hall, your new position. I want to let everyone know you will be directing the Office of Ethnic and Community Media. Do I have that right?
Yes, I'm gonna be the executive director for the new Office of Ethnic and Community Media. This is the first office in the country, and first mayor's office in the country that we are gonna have in New York City, and we're gonna give an example to the country and to the world. Because remember, when New York City speaks, the world listens. So we are gonna show how to bring all this together, and we can do that in New York City because there is no other diverse city like New York City around the country, around the world.
Exactly. So you've gone from representing ethnic media to now connecting them with the mayor's office. Obviously, what you will be doing in this office is still in development, but I do want to close out by asking you to share with our readers and our viewers what ethnic media and community media means to you and why it's so important to political coverage.
Listen, it is really important because it's the voice. Many people in the South Bronx, when they want to know about initiative from the city government or community initiative or events that are happening, what they do, they go to the supermarket, they buy their groceries, and they pick up the newspaper, and they pick up the newspaper, the free newspaper that is there. Most of these papers are free. I would say 95%, 99% of them, and they pick up that paper and they read that. So that's what is magical about it. It's not magical, it's like great about this, so that they get all that information from just walking, picking up, and getting all of that. That's what it makes this human. So the human connection of what you are looking for, and what we can, you, the outlet, the community outlets can give, and also how the city can support that through advertising so they can continue in business, and also provide the information on the services that all New Yorkers want.
Right. That's definitely close to my heart as well, knowing that I was able to cover when Eric Adams did win the mayoral race and have that in AM New York, and to know that people the next week would go into the subway and pick it up for free and be able to see that news. That's definitely because of the work that community press does with City Hall and with the mayor's office. So I definitely wish you the
That's
best
right.
of luck. And I'm
Thank
so
you.
glad we could connect again.
Thank you, Morgan. Anytime.